Hello friends, lots of time I receive this question that what is the timeline to receive income tax refund. So today I am going to explain this as per income tax, as per my practical experience, and what are the things you should keep in mind to get a faster refund in your account. So let's begin. So hello friends, my name is CA Arun Tiwari and you all are most welcome to my channel. I basically deal in NRI taxation and international taxation and also take care of litigations, income tax litigation, which involve notice reply and appeal filing. So today I am going to answer a very popular question. What is the timeline to receive refund, income tax refund? So first I want to show you the one important document which is called Taxpayers Charter, which is basically a document given by income tax department where they have mentioned all the services and timeline within which they are committed to provide the services, right? So let me take you to that document. So here is this document and you can see the issue of refund along with interest under section 143 of Income Tax Act, the very first serial number, and it is mentioned 3 months. So according to Income Tax Department, they should issue a refund with interest, if there is any interest, within 3 months. Okay, 3 months of what? So let's understand that. So basically they say 3 months after assessment and assessment order is issued or intimation is issued, which generally that takes 6 months from the day of filing IT return. So basically if you file your IT return, for example, in the month of July, which is the last month of filing return, then you can expect something 6 plus 3, 9 months after that you can expect a refund. Okay. So this is according to income tax. Now let me explain what is my experience with the income tax department related to NRI refunds, because when NRI sell property, they have two options. First option, they apply for lower TDS. If they apply for lower TDS, generally the refund part doesn't arise, or even the refund is there, the refund is very small. But sometimes they don't have time to apply for lower TDS or some other reasons, or maybe the lower TDS application is rejected, then they have to cough up a whooping 23% TDS on wholesale amount, which is if they are selling a property of 1 crore, they have to pay 23 lakhs rupees approximately as a TDS. Of course, they have to file the return and they have to wait for refund. So of course, the first choice always that if you are planning to sell property, plan it slightly advance. At least you give us 30-40 days or 45 days or 60 days so that we can apply. Just if I want to rephrase it, just once you made your mind to sell the property, from there itself you should start planning about lower TDS, because it saves a lot of hassle. First thing, your money doesn't go to income tax department, and second thing, you literally don't have to wait more than a year to get the refund. 9 months I'm saying after the assessment. But suppose if you are selling property now, we are standing in April 2023, okay, then you are going to file your return in next April, May or June, and then from there 9 months you have to wait. So almost it's approximately 2 years, right? So if you don't want to wait so long to get your money, so better part to apply for lower TDS. That is the first, you can say, priority you should have. Okay. And the very first thing you should do, that once it is there that you are planning to sell a property, you should consult somebody, some chartered accountant, some expert who is dealing in NRI cases. You can consult with us also, because we are doing this NRI part more than 7-8 years, and every month we are doing 8 to 9 cases, right? So I think we can qualify as a person where you can consult, you can get a guidance that how to start even before you start thinking or start searching for a buyer. So that is a right approach. But suppose due to some reason you got some refund. Okay. So when you can actually expect the refund? So there are two things. First, if your refund is small amount, maybe 1-2 lakh rupees, you can get before the timeline provided here. So maybe after filing return, within 3 months, 4 months, you can get your refund. So if your refund amount is small, generally there is no hassle nowadays. Automatically the amount is credited to your account. So you don't have to bother. The problem comes when the refund amount is big. Because what happens when the refund amount is big, like suppose more than 5 lakh, then it goes to next officer. For example, it is not issued by income tax officer. Generally a person which is equal to assistant commissioner or commissioner, they are going to process, they are going to basically approve the refund, and more people will be involved in the approving process or confirmation process. The time requirement will be more. So if your refund part is bigger, expect a bigger waiting period. So that is one thing you have to keep in mind. So if I say from my experience, if anything above 5 lakh rupees, don't expect anything before 1 year. That is a standard time. Maybe it can be slightly less or more, but it doesn't come before 1 year, and 1 year after the assessment. An assessment takes generally 3 to 6 months after your filing return. So this is the period you should expect. Now, even after that you get the refund, that's not a problem, because government, generally the income tax department, gives you some interest also. So that is not a total loss. You at least get some interest. Interest will be very small, maybe 3%, 4%, but you get some interest. After the assessment is done, till the date the refund is issued to you. Now, the problem is there, the income tax department plays a lot of dirty tricks not to pay refund or to give partly refund, because now almost 25 lakh, 30 lakhs is sitting in income tax portal. And understand, income tax is not a bank. They are sitting there to take money, to take tax, not to give you return or refund, right? So they are not some Amazon where you can file a customer care complaint and they will going to work. Now, I have experienced that. I'm not saying this is standard, but this happens sometime. Either they will rise some, you can say, demand from past. So it is blast from past. I have seen, like in cases of 21, 22, all of a sudden there was a demand from 15, 16, 14, 13. Now the problem with NRI, they can do an assessment up to 16 years. Now understand, up to 16 years in the past they can go and they can rise any bloody demand and they can adjust your refund against that. Now it is a very old case, even you are not aware, you don't have any documents, filing appeal is not very worthwhile, because most of cases people are not aware or they don't have possession of documents to counter those demands. So this is one dirty trick they play. Second, sometimes I see out of somewhere they will not give credit to some tax. Now you have to file rectification, you have to run around them. So this is another dirty tricks that basically play. You pay 23 lakhs and in your TDS account it will show only 3 lakh rupees. They will not give credit of 20 lakh rupees. They will issue a 3 lakh rupees refund to you. Now you again have to file for rectification, get the complaint and then ask them, give them challan number. So this is another second thing happens. Another thing which they do is they will reopen some old cases. In first part I told you the assessment order. Assessment order is the final. But what they can do, they can open a assessment procedure also. They can say in some year you have some income and you have not filed your return. This happened. This has happened with some of my clients. I'm not saying it is going to happen with everybody, but this has already happened. That's why I'm telling you. This is all I'm telling you from my practical experience. This is nowhere is mentioned in any book or so. What happened in most of cases I've seen, when the people talk about taxation, they talk about theoretical thing. They talk about law. They talk about this section, that section. But what I am talking here is from my experience. Okay. So these all 2-3 things basically do. One, they issue assessment order of some very old year. Second, they will not give credit. Third, they will open some assessment proceeding for some year with some reason and they will hold your refund. That has happened. So finally, if I want to advise you that what you should do, the simple thing, as I told you, if you're planning, if you made your mind to sell your property, first thing you consult with the chartered accountant and then start this procedure. There are some procedure which you can do without buyer also. At least you can collect your all documentation and everything, and your process for filing lower TDS will become faster. So your first priority always should be, if you're planning to sell property, to apply for a lower TDS and get a lower TDS so that you don't stuck, your money doesn't stuck and you don't have to run around to get this refund. So this is my advice. And just don't go with the charter, whatever they have provided. Of course, it looks very good, but in reality, if the amount is big, there is more chances it is going to stuck. Of course, if you have a good chartered accountant who properly follow up, file proper return, and there are different ways, like you can approach the income tax ombudsman, like a banking ombudsman. There is a income tax ombudsman procedure also, where if the refund is getting delayed, you can contact them. But as I told you, they apply these all dirty tricks, because once there is a proceeding pending, they can legally hold on your refund. So that's all in this video. If you got any question related to lower TDS, or you're planning to sell property in India, or you have any NRI tax related questions or FEMA related questions, please put in the comment. Either me or my team will come back. If there's a personal question, please send me an email. And if it's very personalized question where I have to work, I have to think, or my team has to work or think, there will be a consulting fees. So that's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.